Yo, back. Oh, website stuff. I didn't make it on yesterday as I was planning to. I kept working. I tried to like grind out some just boring shit, some stuff that I think I was just going cross-eyed looking at all these webflow UI for so long. So I'm gonna try and get through the last bits. I've got a list of things, high priority, low priority. Some things might switch around. Actually, because I'm gonna be doing Chrome browsing, I won't be able to show it. It'd be interesting to have it as like a side thing. Yeah, let me. Yo, McKenna, what's going on? We're coming through. Sunday stream. If it's Sunday where you are, I'm learning that it's kind of wild, like all the different time zones of people on here. So, been meaning to join this for live for a moment now. Hey, well, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. I know, like, the timing's never great. I'm hardly an adult, so I can't live by a schedule, apparently. So it's like work gets crazy. I try and find things I can do on stream. And this is one of them. And this is like the last bit, so got my coffee. Brain's gonna be working about as good as it can, which isn't saying a lot. What's funny is like right as the intro was going, I was trying to get everything set up, and then I realized I was being really stupid about something. And like yesterday, I was just complaining how I couldn't get this intro to work. Got it to work, except that's not quite right. So little things like that, I'm gonna try and fix up. Kashar, yo. Oh, in London. What time is it in London? I have Madrid. So you're around Sunday evening. Right on. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, it's Sunday morning. It is 8 a.m. And I am back in Webflow. Oh, Moscow? Adams and dang, you guys are all over. That's awesome. We're going international. Let's go. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out these things. This is gonna be a little bit of like bug squashing. If you have any questions about anything, definitely let me know. Might be kind of another object oriented or goal oriented day, trying to get through. Oh, what is that about? Oh, so this is where things. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna try and get through this stuff. I'm heading out. You can see there's stuff on the ground over there. Kind of packing some shit up. So I'm gonna be gone for a week, and I think they're hoping to launch in that time. So this is gonna be something that I'm gonna keep building over time. This is very much like a 1.0. Like there's probably gonna be some things that could be so much better, and I want to make it better. And talking about yesterday how we're gonna include like the conditions live, so like all the swell direction, wind direction, which I think could be super fun. But yeah, when's the Singer site going live? So the Singer site is not real. Unfortunately, that was a collaboration that just fell apart. And so I did a ton of design work. I probably put in, I don't know, 100+ hours of design work, and it's all very specific to automotive. Like the whole theme, the whole UI, it's all like automotive. And so instead of just like throwing that one in the archives to kind of pull out for another day, I just wanted to put it on there and apply it to something I thought was interesting. I've been kind of like thinking about full-time places to go, and Singer's kind of like one of those dream places. So it turns into like an unsolicited redesign, which, you know, is what it is. Some people don't really like those. It's good practice because right now, like if you look at my folio, there's not much in terms of like atypical web sort of navigation. Like there's a lot of like e-com sites that are kind of here's your hero, here's your featured products, here's your brand storytelling, and here's your Instagram, here's the footer. Ship it. Like, this is something that's like a bit more outside the box, and I if I want to get more work like that, I need to put work like that out. So that's what the push was, to get that done. So I need to, it's going to basically live on my site. I'm going to push it out to social channels of mine. But that reel took over and I can't look at, I can't look at After Effects for maybe a week or two, but I do need to, like, it's close. There's a lot of things that are almost done. And I don't know if you guys are hearing my text notifications. I should probably mute that. I try and go on Do Not Disturb, but I always forget something. Yeah. Oh, that's loud. They don't hear that. All right. But yeah, I wish the Singer site was real. I'll probably stream that doing when I get back next week at some point. I'll be finishing that up. I think there's a little bit of design to finish up too. And yeah, I think some of these like side project stuff and initiatives I'll start streaming. So, all right, I'm gonna get in this. So this is bad. This is really bad. Like, I shouldn't have this many divs. I don't even know if I need. What is this doing? This is positioning it. The wrapper is doing the same. The idea with wrappers that I've like, why I use them is so if you end up changing the left and right, like the global sort of left and right padding, I guess. I don't know if I would call them like gutters or anything, but there's a name for it. I just can't think of it. I just change it once and it changes it everywhere. So if I want to change this left edge, mostly everywhere. Sometimes I do it manually. You can see like it pulls everything in all together. And so that can be helpful. You can sometimes like, and then if you want to have like an indent section, you do like wrapper indent, and then it's like you can control everything that's within these wrappers. So that's why there's multiple instances of it. So you can have that individual control, but it's individual, but it's also global at the same time. So then you're consistent with your wrapper indent or your global wrapper. And then especially as you're going across different viewports, I find that sometimes I change. I've been sticking a lot with just like fixed view width. It's around like 4 to 6 is usually where I go. Like when it gets down towards mobile, it gets a little bit higher towards 6. But yeah. So I didn't need that div. So this is like cleaning up some of the stuff I was doing before. So this should be C intro text. Let me simplify my naming conventions. Don't understand why that had that effect, but that's okay. And so this is where like I try and be careful with combo classes of like being very specific on why I'm doing them and what my objective is. So I want to have this as like 20 view height. So what I'm thinking about now is like this resolve state. So this intro, so if you click on an anchor, this would be intro of this guy. So it's going to place, you can control where it places that div that you click to, I found out. You can do it through custom attributes. I think it's like, I don't remember what it is. I'm not even going to try and guess. It's something like scroll position. But so I want to think about this resolve state. So I'll get this in a good spot and then see intro text. So right now 20 is a little low. I wouldn't mind having this a little bit closer. And then I believe I had done this 10 view height, because there's some odd padding going on here. So there's a little bit of a tug of war game going on. But yeah, so the idea is like, And the one thing I do need to figure out is, so this has gone from a static image to a carousel, and this is kind of a thematic theme. This is a theme across all subpages. Is like it masks the hero image that basically sticks up above. So the images are different right now because this image is actually really big. So there's a lot of little things I need to sort out, but that's turned into a carousel. And so if that auto plays and that switches, I don't quite know how to sync it up with this just yet. So there's a little, I have to do a little research to see if I can mask to a carousel. I should be able to. It's just, then I don't know if performance is a problem. So it's kind of, it's always something. How long have you been designing and developing for? So I've been designing for 13 years, 14 years. I'll throw development in air quotes. I think it's because, I mean, as far as I develop, it's all webflow. There is a lot of like development thinking, but I don't have to go hand code, which I probably could. There's instances on my site that I just hand coded. Probably very inefficiently. It took me forever. So props to everyone who does hand coding. You're holier than thou. And I'm not being sarcastic. Like I've got so much respect for people who hand code stuff. Yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years. 2 years? 2 years. Somewhere between 2 and 3 years. Started off with like just base level CSS knowledge. I used to hack apart Squarespace templates, and I've kind of moved on to webflow. And there we go. So there's the resolve state. It kind of works. This layout feels weird. I don't know what it is about it. It really needs some help, but at least all these anchor navs work. So you can see like the image cycles through, because this is a late request on their part of like, hey, we can't decide what to put up top. Do we put a carousel? Like, absolutely, but I don't know what happens here because it's kind of weird if there's a disconnect between them. But yeah. Also, you mind expanding your browser a bit more? Oh yeah, of course. Let's go big. Yeah, it's probably scaling some of this UI quite a lot. So yeah, if there's ever anything like that where I know sometimes I've put like this stuff, like all like the inspector behind my stupid face. So if ever I do anything like that, just call me out. Keep me honest, please. But okay, so I'm happy I got the intro working. It was just me being really stupid. This I want to do something more with this. Like it's technically working. This space feels very strange. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But it's kind of like it's kind of in a time right now, like this is 1.0. I've got my high priority stuff and low priority stuff. So I gotta kind of just see what I can get done. What else is on my list? Oh, there's some stuff I look at that I know I have to get done that I don't really want to do. I think one big thing is mobile navigation. There's not been much thought to this, and it's broken. No, it's not. Oddly, it looks very broken. This is spanning. I just changed this yesterday. But so this is where like again, I have to keep thinking this is what it actually is. So it doesn't let me it drives me nuts. Like this super helpful. I can keep my browser as is and I can go between the different viewports and I can adjust it within that viewport. I cannot adjust the bottom and I cannot understand why. Like who is this helping? Like if you start doing stuff calculated on view height, like you get this crazy distorted perception of what this is. And if someone browses like this, like they can go fuck themselves. Like I'm not, I don't care about these people. Like this desktop browser people who are just trying to like break my site. That's who this is. Like, I do not get it. Just put that right there. And I know people have been complaining about it in the forums. Like, they know about this. I can't understand what the possible problem is. All the other stuff Webflow does so well, and all the crazy functionality it has, like I think it's crazy. This is all browser based, and it's generating all this code, and they can't. Some of the things they decide not to do sometimes just really a head scratcher. I'll get off my high horse. Oh, I keep forgetting about this. You can have focus mode, so whatever you're active in, kind of don't like clicking around. I haven't really used this though. Interesting. Sal, yo, 2 streams in 2 days. Let's go. Yeah, man. I'm back until I bounce bounce out tomorrow. I was talking about it earlier, like right there. Starting to pack, but I don't really want to pack. Yeah, next week I'll be back. More streams. Oh damn it. I don't. Okay. All right. Fuck you, focus mode. Not focused. So I need to do top nav. This was kind of a mind fuck, I remember. What is this? I didn't have open. Closed. This makes no sense to me. I need to fix that. I need to fix that. What? Okay. Yeah, so I decided to add the book now. I had it down here and it just doesn't make any sense. Go ahead and close. I've expanded. This is all new to me. I don't typically do like exclusively mobile navigation. But I think it makes sense. This is tiny. This button's probably going to change, but so that's the benefit of the symbols is like if it changes, it's going to change everywhere on the site because it has that. Arguably, I could make the whole thing a symbol, but I've learned not to do that, especially as you get into some of these other pages, especially on desktop where you have like active states. And with the symbol, I don't think there's a way to override it and like toggle an active state. Typically, it'll do it if you specify. Remember where it is. There's some way of doing like active links. It'll control the like. It'll do whatever styling you put on it, but it doesn't work for like if you have a sub page within, because these are basically categories. Unless I'm missing something, someone can keep me honest. And just the same, like if I say something that makes no damn sense and you know I'm wrong, go ahead and call me out. I have like a tenuous grasp of most things, so I would not be surprised if I'm just spewing nonsense. Okay, mobile nav. Gotta focus. Why is this so small? 40 pixels. 10 pixels. Pixels it is. So again, like I've got to think realistically. This is probably what I'm looking at. So before this, I was doing view height for desktop. Because height's probably going to be the problem I run into most. So like that when I choose view height versus view width, it's kind of like by an instance basis, and like what has the least amount of flex or like room to give. Like I'm going to run into vertical problems before I run into horizontal problems. I will run into vertical problems eventually, but I have more room to play with. So that's kind of why I choose view height as my unit there. And when I get down to mobile sizes, I almost just like throw scaling out the window. Um, because the windows are so much narrow. It's like with desktop, like you've got to control like up to 1900 plus down to 1440 or whatever it is, or even like 1000. Like that range, like there's so much shit that could happen. And plus all the vertical scaling, like yeah, people on Mac or like yeah, MacBook Airs with the resolution just like making everything huge with the tabs open and the dock open, and it's like you've got four. I've seen it. Like my friend actually, he had it on a. He browses on a TV. Tyler, if you're on here, not trying to drag you, but he has a TV on this crazy resolution, and like the way it scales. Like I took a screenshot, I think, of it, and it was like 400 pixels of viewable space because we were working on some stuff for him. Like this shit's wild. What's been your most difficult project developing so far? Probably my website. It's not done yet. I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to figure out like what place development has. I think it's very utilitarian at this point. Um, it's yeah, I think it's very useful for me to be able to put things out and be able to create pages for things I want to make. But once you get into this situation where you're doing it for like an actual business and there's feedback and there's like this is an actual professional business and I need to make sure their website works because this is how they get their booking. And if I don't get it right, they might not get bookings. So that's where it's like there's a bit more stress. Like if I don't get my website right, I don't stress on it. Like right now, like I'm testing out drop downs. I was showing it yesterday. It's broken. It does not work. If I had that problem, like would I really be happy just like debugging a drop down menu for hours? Like I don't. So um and so like everything I'm doing, like nothing's really that crazy, I guess, is something that's um interesting as well. Why is this so out of whack? Higher? This is higher. What's going on here? Height's wrong. Yeah. This is where I'd love to start pushing it. I think there's so many interesting things you can do with development, like programmatic design. I was talking about it yesterday with like After Effects. You can um I'll deal with that later, one thing at a time. After Effects and all the generative effects you can do. Really interesting applying that to just like designing something. Just the same with web, like you can do all this generative stuff. People do it and like they do some awesome stuff. Can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Um, but it's kind of like a whole new world and like what it requires to get into that. I don't know if I have the interest. Development's sort of like it's my way of not relying on people, sadly. I know that sounds probably really depressing. But I like it sucks. Like if um if freelance has taught me anything, it's like I can't depend on people, which really is sad to me. Um I want to oh, don't do that. Expanded nav. Like I wish I could I had this idea of it being all about collaboration and really it kind of out on me. Hey, like doing interactions and symbols, by the way, is a huge pain in the ass. Um Now I can't if I'm doing it from a symbol to another symbol, can I not target things? Am I crazy? Well, if I just opacity, change target, mobile nav in here. Oh, so as long as I have it like on change. Okay. But yeah, I just learned like I can't depend on people. long story short, for the people I've chosen to depend on. So this is why I just do it myself. I'm not mad at those people at all. I just, if I want to get it done, like no one's gonna care about my stuff as much as me. There's just no way. See if this just does a little fade. Hey, we got a delay fade. Duplicate this, change target, add it to here. Let's put it right before. Together. Do the links can be 0.25 delay. Class. Duplicate. Duplicate's super powerful for doing interactions of just like it already has like the opacity, it already has the target. Things do seem to get a little weird sometimes. If you like duplicate things with combo classes, I think that's when things get really strange. Right, so I'm guessing we'll take on clients that have complex backend requirements then. Probably not. That's like backend development. I think that's where I hit a limit, and I'll probably defer to other people to help me out with that. It's like the like we were talking about yesterday on the stream, the getting the conditions sorted out, like the live conditions and tying into an API. Like I probably couldn't. I was gonna say I could probably figure it out in time, and like probably not. And what it takes for me to learn that, like there's a point of diminishing returns where maybe it's not. It's like everything, like you get to a point where it's like you need to like rely on other people to help you out with things, because there's only so much time in the day, and it's like you can't do everything. You literally can't. So, but I really like collaborating with people. I just, yeah, hasn't worked out well. This is why I'm like looking at full time. It's like the collaboration of freelance world is not what I expected. I know that sounds like might just bum you out hearing that. It might sound super negative. I'm not negative about it. I'm just a realist about it. Like I'm not going to pretend people are different than they are. People are people. It's all good. I'm not mad. I'm just like I'm just not going to pretend like people are going to be different. People are going to do people things. I'm going to do my thing. So we got to that I keep on needing to fix that. That's wrong. But at least I mean the fade between that is and like the fact it moves has to get fixed eventually. Is it going to be today? I don't know. Probably not. Huh. This like I have questions. What was I thinking? Both on first click. I'll get rid of this. Oh, I think I know why. Opened. I think it has to do with combo classes, like the class. Yeah, so this is set to both. Uh-huh. I'm glad I didn't delete that. So wait a minute. This then is opened. Be closed. Closed. Gonna work? It works. Oh shit. uh yes. Why is this? That's unclosed. That's unclosed. So there are literally duplicates. See if this works. This is where combo classes, like, you just got to pay attention. I'm not good at that. Still works. I mean, it's pretty lackluster. Ideally, these would animate in one by one. There could be something that happens to like the page behind it, but 2.0. Phase 2 stuff, you know? Gotta leave something on the table. Okay. That works. I think I can start see navs. This is where I'm like trying to be very careful about what I'm duplicating right now. Because if I make a point to duplicate this on every single page and there's a problem, it's annoying. Like, I don't have time to like keep on fixing things. And I realize I'm like shaking. It's not an earthquake. Just very emphatic this morning with my coffee. Apologize. How do you start learning webflow and how do you improve? I can tell you how I did it. I struggled a lot. That might not be the most satisfying answer. Get rid of this thing. Top net. Abandon that. Yeah, lots of struggle. Like, you just learn things the hard way, and it's kind of like the more you do it, the like move my monitor, go up a little bit. Yeah, the more you struggle, the more you like you remember these lessons. You're like, I'm not doing that again. So, and like you just start narrowing in and like you stop making a lot of these mistakes. So I just have to do this. I think 21 was the view width. And so what I'm doing right now is you could probably tell on mobile, like when it animated in, the text wasn't fully unmasked or masked. Yeah. So like you could see the top of it when it started its animation because I did it for desktop, which this is, so I moved it 13 view width down, but when I get to mobile, it's 21 view width. And this is another thing where it's like I should probably, I want to see how it looks on desktop. It might be too much of a move. It's not that bad. And so it should be fully masked now. It loads in. Yeah. And so yeah, like it's like every tool, you just kind of familiarize yourself with like how things work, different workflows. So it's like if I know I want to do this, it's like, okay, I need to set this up. You start thinking about like how you're going to structure things. I think how you structure things and how you name things are vastly important. And you're unfortunately probably going to learn some hard lessons in terms of like you pick a path, a structure to use for everything, and then you realize that structure you built doesn't scale for whatever use case you have for it. Like you want that div or that that block to also live here, but it doesn't scale that way just because of how you structured it. Or you find that you have like you have a different instance of that and you didn't realize, you didn't plan ahead that like you wanted that sort of to be the same thing. And so sometimes you have to like go back and rebuild things from scratch. And that's the shit you remember. When it's like when you're really upset at like 3 a.m., like this sucks. I've done this like 5 times now. Trash outside. So yeah, struggle, absolutely part of it. And then, so if you don't know, webflow university, so this is also super useful. Yeah, they're the university.webflow, and they do a really good job of breaking things down. I haven't checked on some of the later courses. This guy's super awkward, and they should have kept the old guy, like, was great. This guy's awkward and it feels all scripted. It's just dumb. It's sad. Um, but they're super informative regardless if you can see past all that nonsense. And so like depending on what you want to do, like layout and design, and this is all free. And so they walk you through how you do like how to use different spacing elements, um how to do pretty much everything. It's very extensive. So I would recommend looking at this. And then once you get into more complicated stuff, I would start searching YouTube in terms of like very specific instances. Like for me, I started looking at CMS powered sliders with conditional visibility. Like that's like they might have it. I don't know. Conditional visibility. This is conditional visibility as a high level, but there's a very specific use case with sliders where like it creates this problem. And I've done enough researching on Webflow's side to their stance is like CMS power sliders are not technically fully supported, which is just some bullshit cop out. Like either support it or don't. Don't like half step it and tell me like it kind of works and ship it. Like that's pretty fucking lazy. But CMS powered sliders, I'm thankful to have, I guess, at the same time. So maybe I should just be grateful because it's made my life and my website so much easier. So yeah, that's what I would say is like struggle with it, like or use the university and kind of like understand the basics and then just explore, struggle with it and understand why things are breaking or going sideways on you, what you could do better, and it starts clicking. It's like every bit of software, like Photoshop looks like the most intimidating piece of software until like I mean, I've been doing it for 13 years, 14 years or whatever, and like I know my way around Photoshop super well. Um, it's yeah, it's everything. You just got to put the time in, and yeah, thankfully there's a lot of great resources now. Arjun, yo, what's good, man? Been a minute coming through. Um, do I really want to? I'm like scared to put this navigation everywhere. I feel like there's something I'm not doing. Mobile nav close. Got my burger line. And so what's nice is like eventually I can animate each one of these burger lines. So if I want to have like I could in theory just like animate the hamburger lines into an X and have that like very seamless and almost probably like get rid of the close and have it like first tap, second tap. I just don't know if I have the time to do it. I'm gonna hold off on like proliferating this navigation. I just know that the home page is kind of like my source of truth. Um, like I try and keep the home page the most updated. Just thinking about like when I publish it, I guess I haven't published for 10 hours. Like at least the home page is going to be right. Whether or not everything else is right further down the line, ideally it is, but you know, can't win them all. Okay, so what's mobile navigation? I'm gonna say that's good. So I have my little list you can't see, unfortunately. Um, I could do docs, just so you can see what I'm. What's that? Oh, yeah, I didn't realize like random people could share Google Docs with you. Very interesting. So here's my like high priority list, low priority list. I'm probably gonna move things around. Um, So mobile navigation, I at least wanted the animation. And so if I bold things, my little system is like if I bold it, it's done. If I put italics on it, it's like it's on hold. And regular I haven't gotten to. So, clearly I can't spell for shit. Home load-in, I think that's got to move to low priority. And so this is where like kind of triaging, deprioritizing things. Like, so I know I have today to get this like sorted out. Routing page animation, actually though. And so I'll do this too as I think about it. I'll add stuff on here because it's so satisfying to check things off. Where's my here it is. So one thing that was bothering me is, oh no, it's preloader. Get out of here. Loading progress. So at one point I had like a loading progress. I got rid of that. Preloader, let's keep this on. So this text was not scaling how I would want it. Okay, a little big. And so this is, again, something I've been doing more of is like M units. So this scales, I think, nicely. Rid of that. It's there. So then I just like, the less input, the better. That's my feeling on it. So like the less blue you have, because that's generating more code, basically. How am I doing positioning? 8. That's not. 12. Okay. Yes, this is still in view width. Minus 0.02 M. Kind of in the default. Yeah, that is default. Yeah, okay. So now, oh, don't do that. Boom. Moving through. FAQ content's not something I'm crazy about doing. FAQ link to reservations overlay. That's kind of low priority, actually, the more I think about it. All this refinement. Blog rich text formatting. This might have to move up, unfortunately. 404 page I have to do. I might just do that real quick. Kind of important. It's not bad if it goes, that's probably low priority. Like this is the default with webflow. But if someone gets there, they should at least have navigation. Let's just copy this whole thing. Copy and paste in webflow is except when it's not. There's all these little rules, like you can't paste dynamic elements and symbols on a utility page, apparently. Utility page wrap. Wait, so I can't paste the nav? Is that what it's telling me? I think that is what it's telling me. This will be a waste of time. I have to go back in a second. No, it does work. Oh, it must be the CMS collection stuff. I don't need you. 404. And so this is like where it gets into the rich text formatting. And so if I do like rich text formatting for the blog and I start applying things to the H2, I don't know it gets complicated on what happens here with this being H2 and with stuff specified. I would think this would override it, but I don't know. It's just more of a headache than I'd like. Missed yesterday's stream because I binge watched the show Succession. I keep seeing that and hearing about it. Any good? Currently working on 3 other client projects, trying to learn as much as possible from others, and I love your work. Thank you, thank you. yeah, like feel free to ask any questions, however I can help. Is this a client project? It's a side project. So it's for this resort in Fiji, which has like some of the best waves in the world. This wave right here is nuts. But this is their current website, and so they have this really interesting thing where the managers split time. They spend half the year on the island, half the year off. And so each of the management team gets to kind of build their own website. And the current, like one of the managers is a friend. And I offered to do the website in exchange for a little little time on the island. So yeah, this has been like 2 years in the making, pre-COVID. So yeah, that's what this is. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Brain's just not having. I'm just not going to use it. I'm going to do T404. And I'm not even, I'm looking at this utility page content. Like, is this a form? It is a form. Why would they have a form? I don't understand the point of that. Like, why would they do that? What's the benefit? Why do they? Interesting. I don't understand how they have. I guess you can apply text to a div block. I never really do it. Interesting to see that they do it. It's the same with this. It's like a div block with text. But I always use a div and then text within that and have the block be the link. I don't know. I think I'm making this way more complicated than it should be. What I should do, div block, make this, makes it fixed, span. I don't think I need to put anything else. So this would be container 404 BG. And I think all I really want to do is use an image. So like the management of their assets are just not ideal. Yeah, happy little cloud. 100%. No horizontal scroll. Let's do -1. I almost don't mind that. I wish the cloud was just a little bit set to cover. I don't. I can move this. Whatever. That's fine. Probably set this in tabby serif. Light. A little bit bigger. Blend in with the cloud. Oh, this should be 0.8 M. And you can tell someone didn't clean their sensor. Great shot. It's just I don't. we have the power to remove those dots. So there's no one asking you to make the font bigger. There might be. Had that conversation. It was on the homepage. Those titles, they're like, oh, we can't quite read that. Like, can we make that darker? but I pretty much get creative freedom to do whatever I want. I've run this by them. They were on board with it. They didn't really change much. I think it's just compared to where the current site is right now. Like it's just the bar is so low. So there's anything that wrong with it. Just could be better. And they see this as being better. So wait a minute. Ability page wrap. Come on. Width. There you go. So yeah, there's gonna be client feedback, but I think it's gonna be all right. Trying to think if I can just like mask out that cloud so it's like the 404 is barely seen. I gotta put the link back to the home page. So yeah, that's the benefit of doing stuff like this. It's like I get a little bit of creative freedom, but is it really what I want to be doing? Like doing all this development? Not really, but if it gets me time on the island, I'm all for it. Back to so this would be T 404. So this is how I usually do it with links. I mean, I have a div block, convert to link block. Set this to home. So this, well, that's kind of weird, the colors it's picking. I'll just go white. Yeah, it's just all caps because that's kind of the link language. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. No horizontal scroll. This is why you test. Why? Okay, I just need to force this. 100 view width. Still not working. Why? The image is just not. Right, yeah, that's why. So height's going to be, so, okay. Width. Min width 100%. That should get it spanning correctly. Max width. That's the problem. You want it to like overflow. I don't know why it's doing that. 404. Go there. What I should do? Yeah, I'm just being dumb. Use a background image. Use image cover. Get rid of this. Now the background image is just there. Is it not? Bingo. Enter. Cover auto. Don't tile. Fixed. Do it. I should be able to move. Leave it as is. There you go. Oh, why is it so small? get this a little bit bigger. And it's not super consistent, but you know, it's okay. Spacing kind of sucks. Let's fix that. Four view width, and then if you want to center it, you can do like -2 view width. That helps offset it. Great deal, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not mad about it either. I mean, it's not a bad place to be. Okay, we have a 404 page. I will probably want to do something really dumb with this at some point. For now, I think this is, go ahead and call that good. It's not the default. That's the standard I'm looking for right now. Scroll of home hero text. This is kind of low priority. So this is like on the home carousels. Out of here. I should actually have to preview it to show you. Like how this is not quite right. Plus, when it gets into the mobile layouts, it sort of disappears too early. So I do have to fix that. Oh, and I forgot I did this. I did change the color when it goes to an overlay, so it's a little brighter. I have to do the link. Definitely not going to be like AAA. What is it? AAA ADA compliant. It'll be kind of close. Well, you see, fail. But where is it? Oh, so like this is what I don't get when it tells you fail, but you can't. It's on a background image. Like there's plenty of contrast there. That's where those tools like kind of ignore them. How long does it take typically for you to design and develop these websites? Design wasn't super long. This was like almost first. Like I iterated on it and kind of refined. And I think I take a different approach knowing I have to do the development on this. And this is where it kind of sucks because I approach these as like the mindset of like it doesn't have to be that good. Which is because part of me is also thinking like I don't really want this as a portfolio piece. I think what I can get by doing is good enough, which I think is a very unfortunate mindset. And I'm trying not to do that because I find myself helping friends out and just kind of like getting it done. They're super stoked with it, but it could absolutely be better. And I don't really talk about that stuff except for the other project I'm definitely going to do on stream is branding for my friend Dan, who's been shaping my boards for 10 years or something like that. So he's like, he never charged me for any of his time. And so it's time for me to return the favor and develop his brand and to build his website and shoot his content. So it's going to be like end to end, but I'm going to really try and push that one. I don't know if he knows that or not. Dan doesn't watch live streams. There's no way. Okay. So I'm not going to do that text. I was just going to show it. Router's mobile interaction. So I do remember this one. And I think I have the router load-in. Needs some love. The landing page, technically. And it gets me is this alignment of the text. What the fuck was that? Oh, that was screen time. I'm gonna turn those notifications off. Sorry, I gotta check something real fast. Yeah, this alignment, like in theory, it's kind of nice. This kind of works. I think the copy's all updated. I don't think this page exists anymore. No, it should. This is gonna be like a FAQ page. I've been like pushing them to get the FAQ built out. I don't know if they really want to do it. I don't really understand because like if you're getting people asking all these questions, like FAQ can save a lot of headache. So I was having issues. So the load in sequence is not my favorite. Running intro in. But legibility there is not great. This is H4. Don't all doing that. Routing intro. Go ahead and show this, please. H4 light. So this is dumb. T routing intro. It's a little too big. Go light. -2m, 0.8m. One thing I do want to do also is, so each of the sections have like a slightly different tint to them. So there's like the experience, the resort, and island. And so I'm trying to bring like the tonality of everything through everywhere. And so what I can do, because this is all CMS powered, so if I have landing pages, the resort, I can add a color in here. Maybe I should just do real fast. This is like low priority. I should not be doing this right now. Color. Save. Experience. What is it? Experience is this one. Save. Island. This one. Such a bad memory. Save. Resort. Save. So now what I can do is get text color from section color. And you can see it has like that tint to it. So if I turn off routing titles, not specify that, get text color from section color. Just gotta do that for all these. Text color from section color, text color from section color. So it's just like subtly reinforcing this theme. Text color, section color. This is when you start doing things after the fact. Like if I just did this up front, ideally I wouldn't have to do this, but you can't always know this stuff going in. Okay, good with it. I don't know if I just messed. Oh, and so what I can also do. Okay, just thinking this through. So if I add a background color also, then I can add like a tint to all the images are run at an opacity, so it picks up the color in the image as well. So this is something like images change and it doesn't quite work. I can always just modify. Again, just trying to reinforce this theme. Routing BG. So wait, what is? Oh, this is my uneducated routing BG. Background of the background. When I probably should just put it on this. I don't think I need this. I just wonder if I have it animating. That's the only thing I want to check. Don't. I should be able to get rid of that. Routing BG. Let's get background color from background color. Is not specified. So this was resort. So what I'll do, I'm going to kind of wing this a little bit. I know I want it dark, but like with a little bit of color. This is going to be kind of hard to guess and check. This has got like a warmer tone to it than some of the other ones. There's season 3 out. I think you guys are talking Succession later this month. How are you handling the booking functionality of the website? So that actually was just talked about yesterday in some emails. They've had previous web developers recommend they do a CRM, but they don't want to do that. So it's going to do, let's see. So the design of it. Uh-oh. Why is that so big? Why is this so narrow? There must be max width on that. See. Dates, edition, overlay. Oh, there's a max width on it. Let's not have that. Let's let it ride. Oh, glad I found that one out. And so basically this is going to go to the default webflow portal. So I did a little test, and so you can get like the form submission data to show up here. It's not the most efficient. But what you can also do is have it email notifications, which I don't remember where that is, but it is, yeah. So they actually have like a third party that helps with their reservations, like a booking or like a kind of like a travel agent type company, but they handle all their reservations. And so for now, what we're going to do is just send them an email notification with the information. And then if they need more info, they can log in here to see it, but they should be good with the email because you can put all this stuff in the email. It's not great. It could definitely be better. I wish they had a different way of viewing this. Like this is super underwhelming. I don't know about downloading the CSV. I did it and it's just like a run on text. There's got to be some good reason for that, some way to import it probably into some sort of spreadsheet. But yeah, that's how we're handling it for now. But yeah, tried pushing it a little. Like these are all radio buttons. I think it's feeling good. I mean, compared to like this is their current form. Like again, the bar is down here. I'm gonna move my monitor around a little bit. So that is how that's being done. Found a problem in the process. Thank you for helping me out with that. And you can actually see you get the background color in the beginning. Whatever that color is, I need to be kind of careful about it. Plus this image, I don't think it should be like full opacity. Image container, like, so this should be like 90, maybe 85. This way the text, the intro text is actually legible. It seems super underwhelming though. There's a lot of stuff I think needs some love. Minus 0.4 M. 04. 05. 04. 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is not quite working. Text light as opposed to what? I want it dark. This is like where I used to mess up. I put all sorts of things on the combo class of light. Everything that's blue. So because it's light, it's changing the font weight, it's changing the letter spacing, it's changing the capitalization. Like, you got to be careful when you get into combo classes of like where you attribute things. It's very easy to do and go up here. It's not super easy. It can get a little convoluted actually. It's kind of lying. I'll see, and it's clipping. So I have to add like a little bit of padding with too much. There we go. Yeah, so just got to be careful of that. And then like understand what my thought process was here. Routing context. Let's do the same thing. Text color, caps. Excuse me. That. Oh, I'm the worst. 01, 2. Is it really that? Yeah. And what's nice about this too, so let's see, text routing context. Maybe there's a way if I just do it. This is the lazy way to do it. And so this is how I'm getting like dynamically, like, so as I go between the resort and the island, like it's pulling the, like, you can't see it. Specify island. Let me just do all these real fast. Island screen. Let's go here somewhere. Sure. And then wait. Island is green. Experience is the one I needed. Blue. Edit. You can see it now. And so island and all of these too, like I have these set up on conditional visibility. So this nav active underline is only shown when name is island or experience. This is how I'm able to create like a routing page on one CMS collection page. So it's just an inquiry form, not an actual booking. Yeah, I think just the way they have it, they've always done it this way. I think there's been pushes to try and get them into something a bit more forward facing, actually booking dates. But I told them like very early on, like if that's what you want to do, I don't think I'm able to pull that off. And they're like, no, we're good without it. I should just do X. I don't know why I'm doing view width. So I don't have FAQ on here. I don't know if that's a miss or not. If there's a G anywhere or any sort of descender, it's going to get flipped. Not. Oh, that's because I added spacing on the mask. Text mask. So not, these are all different? Some have a text mask, some don't. Strange. That's for like the animation in. How I didn't catch that. Let's see what happens. Interesting. Wait, why did it go back? There must not be an image for sustainability. That's my guess. Resort. FAQ. Island. There's not the experience. So I have to do all the content population too. Island. Sustainability. None of these have images. Put these in for now. I have room for a fifth. What if I put FAQ? I can actually push all the info into Airtable or Google Sheets. Oh, with the CSV. Yeah. That's right. I haven't really even looked at what I can do with that. I think it would be good to kind of do some homework, like maybe if I can make their life easier. I think they're going to be happy with the with what we got for now. I've kind of told them like everything about this is going to be a 1.0. Like we'll get this better, essentially. And what would be nice, these animations are, I don't know, it's not that bad. So this sort of like wholesale animation in, like, it bugs me because I think it should all have this like upward masking. But I'm not. I think for now this is good. And it should work. Yeah. Island. So it's really a matter of like making sure all the content's correct. Although that's being clipped. That's because I just changed the line height. The line height's going to be kind of big, but that's what is determining the height of the mask. So that's where I need to be kind of specific. Mr. Glocks, yo, what is up, man? This is all, again, more things that I would want to do eventually is like get text color from all these. What's going to be weird is the fact that this and this is not going to match colors, but you know, I'll get there. I can do that with conditional visibility. Text color from this. So even with this, get background color from text color. I want to match with this. Underline. Get and that background. Get background color from text color. Get background color, text color. Do all of them? I don't think I. Okay. So it's all like going to start feeling more cohesive now. Each of these. Yeah, like the amount. Uh-oh. Link one hover. Do I need all these? Oh, I might be making some bad decisions right now. Nope. Good decisions. So I think like when I initially did it, I created individual animations for each one. I don't need. Like, see how it said like link 3, link 4, link 5 versus just having one and using classes. Like that was something I learned midstream. So I hope this works. I'm doing good, man. Chugging away on this stuff. Yeah, it's not clipping. Kerning on this font's a little funky. Missed a pairing. Wait, why aren't the... Oh, background images aren't changing now. That's what those were. I just have to make sure this... Yeah. So the effect is all the same. But each of the background swaps, I don't know if I really need it or not. Those are all being done with like individual overlaps. I think with the way like all the images are stacked, I think you have to do it. I might not have to. There's probably an easier way. I'll be honest. And I think also the hover, the animation's a little weird. Like I think it needs some sort of like indication that like outside of the cursor that you click on that, that's what's going to happen. I also think the layout in general could be better. I'm thinking about like left aligning it, making them bigger, having like the titles off to the right, and then having like an arrow or something. So like just totally changing the layout of this. This was like first iteration. There's things I like about it. There's things I hate about it. So let's see. Intro is what I want to look at. I want to set a max width for this. Max width of... Oh no, that's height. Hmm. Why is this not centering? There we go. And then this should be center line copy. Go even up. Line height, add a little bit since it's wrapping now. I wish they would write more concisely. They're a little wordy with what they say, so I'm having to trim some of it down. Yeah, this is like I'm like mentally committing to redoing this. But the one thing I did have an issue with was on mobile, testing on my phone. Ooh, that intro text is tiny. Yes, this is why. This is where like I forget that I do things. Let's do 90 view width. Then I'm suddenly surprised when things break or are broken. I push them live. I'm like, what just happened? Now it's 3 lines. Yeah. Something's weird about the rendering of this. In preview, it gets all weird, but when it's live, fine. And one thing, notice that the links themselves are low. So routing list container. I feel like this, yeah. Have that for a good reason. Maybe 2 view, right? Not perfectly centered, but with the nav, it gives you a little extra breathing room. I need to figure out why on mobile I published this. Let's see. Actually, one thing I do need to look at. These hovers, they should not be on mobile. These need to be straight links. I'm always reticent to do all of these. Routing link hover off. One I just did, I did. The links weren't even working on mobile, which is a problem. Just do all these real fast. There's a way to turn mobile off for touch devices. You can do, I think, device sniffing. And so if it detects like a touch or iOS or I don't know what it is exactly, I copy and pasted the code and it works. So all of like the hover interactions you specify through like the inspector, those don't work if it's a touch device. And that's where it's like an iPad Pro is like that weird space where it's like it's the size of it's almost the size of an iPad Air or iMac Air, MacBook Pro Air. So it's like if you turn it off by size, sometimes you're gonna get into weird middle grounds. But I really need to have like a transition out in these pages, but that's gonna be in time. If this a little slow, that move up. Oh, it's because I scrolled. See, now it's picking up the blue, which is nice. Yeah, mobile. Actually, let's see if I inspect. So I want to do a iPhone X refresh. Okay, there's no hover on those. Surf works. I think there was just something with the hover that was creating complexity. Oh, and the other thing that, like, I have to figure out how to do it because I do it on my site and sometimes it's a problem. But if you have like that bottom bar, like you're missing the Explorer at the bottom because of the like the next and previous tab at the bottom. So this is how it should be. I don't know if that's too close, what the deal is. Focus on it, you fuck. I've like seen like hackish things you can do in terms of like I don't know what you do. Something like convincing it's like a full page and it hides it. But I remember talking to Ari about this, and he's like, "Yeah, it just gets weird. I don't recommend it." Was the gist of his thing. So I don't know if I need to add more spacing at the bottom. Gotta find out. So I was just looking at it. Mobile navigation is low. Mobile. Yeah, probably pretty obvious. This whole container. This. So what's nice is I use this as like a reference point for like what the middle is. Yep. So at least that works. I think I can just get hamburger container opened. Oh, this. So it is mobile nav close, opacity 0 for 0.5 seconds. This is where I just want to add like just a little bit of a delay. Nav close. Where is the... This should actually be last. 0.5. This is nav expanded. This should be at the end, regardless. So that's to just like hide the layer. But you want to do that after you do all your transitions. So mobile nav expanded. So this is like everything, like fading out this is like a catch-all. Like everything's gonna fade out on this. You see right now how I kind of like doing my hide shows like all bucketed at the end. This is the close button, so I just need to have, again, ideally I could do these one by one. If I do an opacity 0, so this would be first. So I can have it like kind of go up. Opacity 0. So these should all like happen at the same time. Not like, so this is doing 0.5. It's 0 delay, but it's happening after this is completed. So there's technically like, you can see it starts at 1 second. So the close, I should just move up. Routing links are first. These will be 0.25, so there's a slight delay. Close. 0.75. This mobile nav expanded. So this is the full thing. And then we can do this at like 1. There could be something with like a transition up. It's like expanding up or down. But you see like the open is not in the right spot on this page. It's correct on the home page. Let's hide this. Oh. Intro, routing intro, this should be hidden. Yeah, because it's forced on to the interaction. Okay. So let's go home page for like the real, what this should look like on mobile. With a load in. Yep. Again, like so much could be better and more refined, but just trying to check these boxes. The mobile navigation. So the routers, the mobile interaction, I fixed that. Routers and X over scroll. So that was something that was caught yesterday by someone far more vigilant than me. I can't remember who it was. It was Mr. Glocks. You. But these. Oh, yeah, that's good. Is it doing that? Oh, I know why. Oh, this is going to be painful. I have to do it for every page. That sucks. I know why that's happening. But there's no like over scroll now. It's great. That image looks terrible. Why? All these images are awful. There is also a bug with webflow, which I might be looking at right now, is the images in a grid layout sometimes get really funky. Like really funky. Oh, that's another thing I have to do. Lightbox. I'm going to put this low. Lightbox grid images. So basically what I need to do is create like just a lightbox link for all of these so you can click into them. The idea is like they wanted them just like one image and then you click into it for a carousel. Which could have like a hero carousel and then like a support grid. Thing is like they've been very prescriptive about content, but they also don't know about what we can kind of do. So we can show like smaller thumbnails, click into it, and then you have like a full light box. Which I mean, I don't like Webflow's light box. It's slightly unfortunate. Ooh, that wasn't good. Something. Landing page template. Intro. Seems a little small still. This width can be increased. Let's do 33. I like my rule of thirds. Hide it, so that's fixed. What else can we do that's important? Page titles, SEO, explore CTA on mobile. Oh, so that's what I was talking about with the hero, where it's masking it out. Trying to think what I could do about that. I wish there was a word like it calculates 100% view height. Webflow 100 view height mobile browser bar. Oh my god. Yeah, Safari. So it's a mobile Safari. Footer is fixed at 80 pixels. Trying solutions. Flex global footer. Footer dream is shattered. Oh, that end. You have to set the height manually using JavaScript. Use to get the visible viewports heights, and then you set the actual height. Replace class name with the class you're using in Webflow. Require a read-only link, and if you Jeff, that's useful. Div cover content in iOS and some of the mobile devices. Lay the address bar over the viewport, thus the hidden. Reduce your view height, or use Flexbox to control the positioning of the child elements. You can use the JavaScript method too. Here's an example using Flexbox on the body. So I'm just pulling this. That's not helpful, Jeff. On fire, Jeff. I'll try this. A little JavaScript. We use home. So I like when I do these kind of tests, I just do local embeds and then I move them to a more consolidated space. So much wrong. Where was it? I don't even know if this is like the full. I feel like there's more code. Class name equals, let's see, what is this? Hero? Is it easy? Oh, also a little trick too. Like if you have these embeds and you put them in random places and you're not actually, like if you're embedding code that you don't show, just hide it. So then it always shows up no matter what. So like wherever you are, like if you go to the hero, why is hero? Because hero's fixed position, that's why. But if you're like down at the footer and you want to access it, you can. Desktop nav. You can access it there too. Hero. So what was the height? That go. You have to set the height manually using JavaScript. Use to get the visible viewport's height, and then use what to specify the window height. Wait, I do not believe this is going to work at all. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, it did not work. Hmm. Also seeing a problem. This. What happened here? Intro text. This. Intro section home. It's 10. Where does this problem start? Here. I'm gonna put music on. I don't know why I haven't done that earlier. Oh my god. I don't know if that was coming through or not. It was like doubling up for some reason. I don't know what that was about. It was very loud and it was very doubled up. It's very strange things going on. Okay. Yeah, why is this happening? Not that. Why is this? Oh, it's because it goes full width. Anchor nav container. This ever showed? It is. Oh. I do want to show this. Apologies, my audio cuts out at all. Like it's kind of weird. Carousel seamless background. So this is what dump that. Scrolling in view. Play. I got this working again. Yeah, it is. So you see the background just like transitions as you go between each of them. Hey, I think it's another thing that was on the list. These are all just add it. So I just know what I did. Okay. That's helpful. That's strange. I don't know why it. I wonder if it's because it's lazy loaded. My audio is cutting out constantly. This is wild. Can you zoom in on the dock? Yes. Got it. Yeah, this is, I didn't realize that. It's like, yeah, it's kind of small on my screen. Routing page animation, it's better. Still needs to get better at some point, even better. Routers and X over scroll, so got that taken care of. Footer design, get to that. I was playing around with some weird stuff yesterday with like gradients. I gotta turn this music down. Okay, explore CTM mobile. So that's the one I still have to sort out. That was the JavaScript I just added in, which did nothing. Oh, Mr. Glocks, yeah, you may have been gone. So like the mobile, like if you have something set to 100% view height, it hides, like it calculates the height and then pastes the bottom navigation bar on top versus like recalculating the height. And like setting the viewable window to 100% view height versus like pasting the browser Chrome on top, which is, I cannot understand why they would do that. There's got to be a good reason. Can't think of it. Probably because like when you scroll, it slides away and then it changes. I don't know. I was pretty crappy for it. Yeah, that's, I've more or less given up on it. But I just use like full, like heroes tend to be like very clean and like 100% view height, and so mobile, it's just like, oh, oh. uh, I really did something here. What? I don't know what happens to break this. Hmm. It's still broken. Oh, it's this stupid thing. That's why. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. So why does this body content? Why is this gone? Kids screaming. Also with the static coming through with my Bluetooth headphones. Really great. There's so many problems. Like, how did this all happen? These are not aligned properly. The images aren't even going the full height. Like, what the fuck just happened? I feel like someone just came and just bombed my shit. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna try and unpack this. This bug in mobile is caused by too large content. Do you put all your meta viewports? I think I did dabble. Add listener on resize, window resize, plugin mobile is caused by large content. Meta viewports, I remember like putting something in the embedded code about like specifying the viewport or something. I can't remember. Probably not a terrible or great job explaining that. Gosh, this is all bad. Anchored now. Okay. We're getting some normalcy. How MU would you charge for this website? PS, love this. Someone random. Yeah, I don't know. This is where it's like, because I don't know development all that well, like this is where like stuff comes up and I just meet it with confusion of just like what just happened. And so there's like a tenuous grasp of what's going on at best. Why is this? So it's like I'm looking at this like, why is there this bit at the bottom? There's like negative 55 view height. Like I don't know. Let's figure out why this is at the bottom. There's a lot to figure out because then you just see this. Why is this background so just anchored? Why is this way down here? Hero. Body content. Okay. One thing at a time. That's one thing I've learned about development too, is just like, just focus on one thing. This is realistically going to be around here. Yeah, sorry, someone random to answer your question. Yeah, I wouldn't know where to start because I just don't like development is something I'm not super confident being able to do. Or being happy doing. I like doing it for myself, but doing it for other projects, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that would be where I would be happy with sort of how that is structured. Body content, something weird happening. I think there's a weird negative margin somewhere. Didn't I do it on the fixed background container? There you go. One thing set to auto and it was breaking everything. Wow, that really was what was breaking everything except for this. Down page slider. Height. There we go. Why the first is like this? Not sure I follow. Sorry, I can be really dense about things sometimes. It's kind of my burden, I guess. I really just need to make this a symbol. Or publish this, so at least. Because if they check it and they see the mobile homepage, it's like, I've been telling them, like, yeah, it's getting closer, and they see it, and it's just like, did you have a stroke? Is your eyes broken? Okay. God, I don't want to do that. Home carousel active state. Ah, yes, I know what that is. That's only on desktop. You can see when I go. It's good. Love to see it. So these down here. So I like, as far as I can tell, this all has to be done with custom code. There's no way of like manually. So you can't see what I'm seeing right now. But I'm gonna try to. Oh, this guy. Dot active. Um. I'm looking at all like the padding on it. Even. And then there's something with the line height. I might just try and like even this out by kind of fudging it because the line height. 1M, 1M, 0.1. That's getting closer. I feel like it should be rem if it's going to be relative to the font size, but okay. So it'll make sense in a second. Copy this. Okay. So this is basically what I forgot I had this. It should be. So just modifying the values a little bit. So at least it should be now more or less square. Problem is it doesn't show up until I have the background showing. It's still not wide enough. What I can do. A little too wide now. Now I can at least see when I'm doing it. Not like that. Yeah, that looks closer. And then So I just had to do a quick little Google search. I forgot the command for it. For this is where like knowing this stuff is kind of helpful. I do percentages. I've never really done percentages. I don't even know if this works. Oh my god. Yes, it does work. See, what's slightly obnoxious is that it's basing it off like the padding. The total width is based off the padding off the character, and the character of like 1 is not as wide as the 2 and the 3, so it's not doing it the same. I don't think I have slider dot anywhere, so I could probably get rid of that. So first step before I actually delete things, I'll just comment it out and see if I broke anything. At least this will get it looking right. Yeah, let's check it. Must not use percent and border radius. Oh, so maybe I shouldn't do that. It seems like it works. Oh, these inactive. Feels a little chunky. I could add like hover states and stuff like that. Oh, so it works on squares, not rectangles. Interesting. Good to know. Okay. Um, it was 6. Yeah, I can go ahead and get rid of that now. The ratio makes the border. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're doing 10% and it's not perfectly square, it's yeah, you could have like one part of the curve a certain amount rounded and then the height being a certain amount rounded. I should really be like forcing the width on these instead of calculating the padding, but that's I'll get there. Home carousel controls better. Not perfect, but better. Home carousel active state. I think what that is. My audio is like jumping. So strange. It's super delayed. I'm gonna disconnect. Give me 1 second. Try this. Cool. Footer design's probably important. The blog detail, I think I need to do. This one could be kind of fun depending on how I do it. Oh, so yeah, I was looking at like gradients. Kind of makes. If I do here and then go down. Oh, not white. Like unfortunately I don't have the SVG of this right now, so I need to get that. I'm not totally sold on this being a great approach right now. So this is confusing. Current. Oh, so this is not a page. Stoke sustainability. Friends. I don't know where this goes. Journal URL. Form, underline. That. Am I crazy? Where is this from? It's nowhere? How is I'm so confused. I'm very, 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 very confused. Huh. Not on top of that. I really don't know. I'm text field. It feels like it would be here. Not. Is it in placeholder? Here it is. What? Oh my gosh. Why is it there? Yep. Relearn things and like, why did I do that? I think it should be text field because then I can control it with all these different states. So this color should be. There we go. Text field. Oh yeah. I need to change. In reality, I probably should keep it something like this for now, and have like the weird gradient footer, like something to do down the road. Like, cause this just seems weird, and like I don't. I want to get it to work, but I just I don't know. See if I can just do one quick thing. Like if I start just pulling from here. I really have so many other things I should be doing. It needs to be darker. It looks clickable. Yeah, you see that? Here's your great AAA color contrast ratio right there. Get the fuck out of here. Not totally sold on this. Yeah, now these colors seem a little odd. I don't know. It seems like a bad idea. Keep it, trash it. What do you think? Maybe you're so rad to do like something dynamic. So it's like based on the time of day, it calculates the position of like an additional gradient. Probably a terrible idea. It's kind of like you open Apple Weather. I guess a lot of weather apps do it now. And like the whole color scheme is like it picks up what time of day it is or what the weather is. I don't know. It's not an original idea, but it would be kind of fun. So if this bombs with the client and they're like, what the hell did you do to the footer? Tell them you guys greenlit it. I don't know if they know that I snuck this in there. Little photo, little site cred. Sorry. Feels heavy. I don't know. But it feels more appropriate. Like this is supposed to be like it's a happy little island. I don't think it should be like this heavy sort of thing ever. Like nothing should feel super heavy. That's where I've gone back and forth on even like the body copy. And this is the benefit of putting your like your type values as high as you can in like the hierarchy. Like body all pages, like unless it's specified locally, I can control what this copy color is. So that's here, it should be here. That's, except for links. Links is the one thing in Webflow that, you know, don't really work all that well. So that's the same color as the footer, and there's no damn way I'm doing it. So if it gets more like the teal area. It's okay. I think it'd be more sophisticated in time. But I keep changing it, and then like all the links I have to update too. So it's kind of like this trickle down thing where it's like I should probably be more thoughtful. Make sure the homepage. I just saw something. Yeah, there you go. Oh, well then. Why are these so big all of a sudden? Ah, so that's because it's calculated view width. That should fix. Yeah, that gets rid of my horizontal scroll. And you could definitely argue that images start to look a little useless when you get into this aspect ratio because it's trying to stretch the height so then everything's really cropped. But again, like you're looking somewhere more around here. So it is better, but it's not great. That's where image choice is important. For the horizontal scroll, maybe you should put overflow X hidden. Yeah, so in webflow, there's an issue where if you put overflow hidden, it breaks any and all of the oh, why is this so weird? It breaks all the sticky components for some reason. I can't tell you, even if it's overflow X, it'll break it. It's very strange. If it's stretch, put object fit cover on images. I think they are on yeah, it should be cover. I think that is object fit cover. Maybe put overflow X hidden. Yeah. I do try and put max width of 100 view width. I only recently did the container thing. No, not that. That should help. But yeah, I just can't put. Actually, I don't know if that's going to really do anything if I can't hide the overflow. I'm going to take that off for now. It seems all right. But yeah, super annoying because it's like the on my site drives Ari absolutely insane. This horizontal scroll bar, because the transitions do like a little horizontal pan. He's like, is there any way you can put like a way to mask that? Why is this so? There's something weird going on with mine. This should never get cropped like that. But what can you do? But yeah, so like if you see like the transitions in, it has this horizontal scroll bar typically. Most have it. Yeah, you see how it like pops up? Like it's so annoying. I really, yeah, I don't know what to do about it, unfortunately. Outside of getting rid of it. That's the real option. That's a little tiny. Got these crying kids. I don't know why I do that to myself. I put take my headphones off to hear all the crazy shit that's going on outside. I put overflow hidden during the transitions. Huh. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to do that. As far as I know, there's no way to control overflow through interactions. You can control size, hide show. But yeah, as far as I know, unless it's like I get into the custom code, I can't. On the body, put a class, no scroll, and add, remove the class during the transition. Oh, interesting. That would, yeah, that would do it. And then bring it back at the end. I'm going to have to give that a look. That seems doable, potentially. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's super helpful. Because it drives me crazy and I'm thinking about getting rid of it, but I would rather not. Okay, what else is on my list? I don't know what that's about. Home carousel active state. Hmm. What if I subtract 5? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get this to line up with this. I know it's an easy way to do it. I'm just being dense. There we go. So let me just check this. I feel like this should be higher up. Yeah, this spacing is just so strange. I also think I have z-index problems as it pertains to this. I should fix one thing at a time. So I'm like trying not to get sucked into like the view height looking all weird because the spacing's so strange. Yeah, I never updated it. This. Why did I do it that way? That's so confusing. Like, yeah, I don't know why I do that. Global composition looks. Let me get caught up. Oh, I made it. I hope so. Global composition looks so good, by the way. Thank you so much. It's getting there. Some of like the transitional places and how things scale. It's just, yeah, like I was saying, I kind of get hung up on the fact that like it doesn't quite look totally right. But I think it's getting there. I'm trying to be kind of minimal with a lot of it. This is the this overlaps a little bit too much, but I'm just gonna let it go. Oh yeah, in CSS, I'll let the image do the height work and put the text in absolute. Yeah. Yeah, I try and do that. I think it was just like the overlap text. It's like where this is relative to this, because these are separate. Let's see this. I gotta go back and fix this. Resort text. This is where I wish like applying it to this whole div would update the link, but it just doesn't do it. Kind of get it, but not really. I want to be done with the homepage. I'm tired of looking at this thing. And one thing, I might have to get rid of this. I forgot about this. So that was one of the things on my list was current on carousel. So that's my like shorthand, almost makes no sense. Sort of shorthand. Of I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with this on the homepage, whether I can get this into a carousel. I want this to start. Okay, no. 3. Manual. Start. 3, 4. The grid structure. It's 4. This needs to be 2 to 3, and this is just 4. Two to 3. I can add that in at some point. Probably should just left the div in there and then just turn the content within off, so then I don't have to go redo the grid later, but that's all right. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real fast and maybe get a little bit more coffee. Yeah, give me like 5 minutes tops. Yeah. I don't know how that keeps happening. I do not plan that. To come back right when the song's done. Walked in the kitchen, forgot my water bottle. Who needs it? I've already had 2 cups of coffee. I forgot I started brewing it with a little extra beans in it. Extra jazzy today. It's that being picked up? No, it's not. I feel like I should just turn the noise filter off one of these days and just, yeah. I live on the loudest, quietest, the loudest alley, I think, in California. It's unfortunate. It's all right. Oh, man. I regret doing that. I think if I just undo it, that's the last thing I did. I'm going to do it the way I said I should have done it. Okay. This. So the carousel, I'll leave this indicator block active. I don't know what. I had thoughts of making like a custom, a custom carousel indicator, and that's like phase 4. They really don't post to their blog anyways, so it's not a huge deal. But we'll say body content. This could use a little extra. But like 5 view height. Uh-oh. Not margin, let's do padding. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna be bummed when they see this is not there. Okay, homepage I think it's good enough for now. Something I want to keep blowing out over time. There is no to the top. I think might be a miss. This is kind of some long page. No, there is. It's right here. It's a problem if I didn't remember that. I don't think anyone else is gonna see it. That text color is not what it should be. Blue. Yeah, and this is bad. Why is it doing that now? I fixed that. Why would this move now? Okay. So strange. It's like different because it's in a link block. And this is not. This is dumb. This is exceptionally dumb. Why? I have to leave. It's late in France. I don't want to create my. Yeah. All good, Mr. Glocks. Thanks for coming through again. Appreciate all the insights on some of this stuff. I'm sure. Yeah, it might be a little painful watching me struggle through some of this stuff, but yeah, appreciate you providing that info. And yeah, I definitely want to reach out with the conditions. I think it'd be really fun to do that. So I think I whispered to you on what's it called? I'm losing my voice on Twitch. So yeah, it'd be good to kind of chat about that. There's no rush or anything. I don't know when that's gonna happen. What's your problem? Oh, I gotta. How much time do you have? Tons of problems. No, I think like actual like people who know development, um, watching me do things that are ill-advised. That's really interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear, man. I'm very glad to hear. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Hopefully it's interesting. So yeah. Yeah, it's probably really late in France. Yeah, it's like 8. I guess, yeah. Just gonna stop trying to think right now. It's a bad idea. Music going. I have to link all these to the CMS, which is going to be interesting. Let me see what's on the list. Footer design to that's like still there. Add FAQ content or CTA on mobile. Oh, that's the hero. Oh, I did fix that. I think the blog detail. I have time for 1 or 2 problems, I think. Logo to blue? Oh. No, that's just because I put this from Illustrator to Sketch and then realized I didn't change the color of it in Illustrator to match the type. So this was like black. I actually did that this morning. On carousel, blog rich. Everything else I think is just kind of like production stuff. Like adding in like the CMS. So I'm trying to make it so like image grids are all like created from here. So this should be cloud break. Should probably start adding them. Actually, they should be like surf. Yeah, I gotta do all that. Carousel content. I think this is good. If it's a PNG, you can use something like this. Yeah, it's a SVG. And I know you can do fills on SVGs. I haven't had much luck with it in Webflow for some reason. Like if I want to use the same SVG for like the footer, you can see like the footer is different from this one. It's got like the details in it. I just don't have this as an SVG. Or that. It's like 3 levels of. I wish I knew like how to change the color of this when it like depending on where it is, like if it's on like if it's over this class, you can like change the text. I know it's like JavaScript. I have to do this for all of these. I forgot. I have to do all of these. Oh man, this is not fun. Actually, let's figure SVG with CSS. I think I tried that too. She outlined all strokes. Yeah. No, like so I have this version with the trees is all like I don't actually have the original. I only have like a PNG of that. This one was just like outlined. So this is accurate. But yeah. I also learned with SVGs to outline, convert text to outline. Otherwise, it tries to interpret that font still, which I think is useful sometimes. But this is living outside of the collection list, which is probably why. Symbols. What's the symbol? Desktop nav. Is this resort? Amenities. Let me know next time you're stuck. Have fun. Bye. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully you don't regret making that offer. I'll try not to abuse that. Dynamic elements can only be moved within the same collection list. Okay. Nope. Unlink instance. Now I should be able to put this within here. But my end goal here is just to have one of these routing wire symbols. What else is a symbol? Fucking. Okay. Okay. So this way, now that it's living within the collection, I can get the text color from, not the text, get the text color from section text color. The text color from text color. This is my second time doing this, so it should be a little easier. Yeah, see, this is, I have to like pull this from What is this? Nav links. Landing page. Yeah. Should work if it's going into the same collection. So now the way to test this would be if I change this to experience. Yep. Cool. And that has everything set with like underline colors should be set to backgrounds, text color. Okay, so this is all working. Background, except for this. See if this is still moving. Not. I think there's gonna be a lot of little bugs with this. I might call it in like 5 or so minutes. I might come back in a little bit. I just have to get packed and make sure I don't have to do laundry real fast and might get, yeah, take care of some stuff before I have to go. And then, yeah, maybe come back later. My flight, I don't have like I have a red eye flight tonight, so I'll have time to work on this a little bit more. I really want to get this done, so I don't have to think about this when I'm gone. But yeah, if you have any questions now, definitely feel free to hit me with whatever you got. I think one thing, I just want to make sure the routing container. Let's test this. I can update the font sizes. It's because of the CSS, it can be applied everywhere. Is this getting the text color? Not. Oh, that's not. So whatever's above routing list, landing page, templates. So this is like dynamically being populated with this and conditional visibility. So I just need to duplicate this. Oh, it's not on dining. It's on Davies. What's good? It's going. I don't know if you just popped in. I might be jumping off here in a few actually. Just trying to get some of this stuff proliferated properly. I think this is section text color, but yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. How are you doing? More importantly, about me. So there's no mobile nav. Symbol. Detach. Oh, that's right. This isn't even the right one. the proper mobile navs on the homepage only. I never carried this across. It's getting messy. Maybe I can't take a break right now. This is one of those things that you don't want to walk away from midway. Humanities. How's that branding project going? Doing good, mostly working on projects, the usuals. Nice, nice. Branding project I did is done. Wrapped up. Actually, I have to get something to them today. Yeah, no, it's good. Interesting direction, not quite what I was envisioning, but yeah, it's good. Super interesting to do something like that. Oh, I know what I can do. Get background color from text color. Let's go. Yeah, super good learning experience. Super fun working with the super good folk at what's it called? A cathedral. Super stoked on working with those guys. Yeah, wrapped. Got some like weird stuff from the process. Some stuff I like that they didn't. I guess the guy, the main client, didn't really gravitate towards. But yeah, it'll be good for me to be able to show some of that stuff eventually. Something you can't show? I can't show yet. I think once it goes live, I can show it. I don't know when that's going to be. It's I actually don't know the timeline with things like this for what's it called? Branding projects. Like letting things like run their course in terms of like establishing the brand. Now they have to apply that. Ended up doing like some web comps for it, but they're going to start building that out. I don't know how they're going to announce the brand. It's kind of just like a splash page right now with nothing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I don't know when I can show it, but definitely sometime soon. Hopefully I can do like a little walkthrough or something. So this is the power of CMS collections. So I can just put experience, save. And so now it's updated this. So this is at the bottom of the experience page. What I can do even further, so I can say name does not equal surf. Show items matching all filters. Yes. I should be able to do this. Oh, no, that's not the right place to do it. There usually is a way to... No, I'm not doing this in the right place. I'm rambling right now. I should just hide this. Be doing this from here, though. No, I'm gonna leave it. I don't want to get down this road. I'll do it in time. This become a thing, unlike that one project. Yeah. Yeah, this one should be real. Unlike that one project. Sad. Let me go through body. This is experience. Yeah, I'm looking forward to be able to sharing that. I think when I get back from this trip, I'm going to work on the singer concept. Let's see, this is not been updated either. Landing pages, experience, but surf, ocean, land, families. Yeah, why is this not all showing? Four is set. 3. Promise you this is set. Active. There we go. I already tried to go down that road of hiding it. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Plus, we never won that one. It'll be interested to see who got it in the end. Not heard anything about that. Yeah. I think I heard from Adam. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was like official or not. I don't know if he knew for sure. I think he maybe been speculating. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd ask him. See if he knows. I think it's who we thought it might be. If that makes sense. Given all the crazy, weird stuff that was going on. I don't think families is a page anymore, is it? Oh, it is a page. Oh, I hope I didn't break this. Was it special occasions? They might need to work this copy line a little bit. Special. Yeah, some of these links might not have been working. Is this not? Section 5 intro. Thought I had. Right here. Text color. What? Routing detail. And what is that? What are these combo classes? Oh man. So because there's so many, probably gonna set this to active. I'm gonna copy this. Active. So now it's everything else except for the page you're on. I don't think they got it, but I know people there anyway, so I can check. Yeah, I'd be curious if it was someone else. That would be wild. That whole thing was just crazy. I gotta update this too. Fuck, there's so much to do. I'm just trying to stick into it. Get this thing fucking done. Then the mobile navigations, I gotta close ability. Update. Just so I remember when I come back, like, yeah, you were leaving in the middle of something. Yeah, whatever this. Okay. I think that's it. What is this? Oh, this is the right one. Finding amenities. Would be resort. Active. There we go. Yeah, I'll fix the footer eventually. Maybe I'll do that when I get back. Yeah, I gotta kind of bounce out, do some other stuff for a little bit. Give me like, I think like probably 3-4 hours. I'll come back. Probably another like 2 or 3 hours on stream, assuming I can get everything packed up and squared away. Yeah, no, it's kind of not the greatest timing for East Coast, Europe. I apologize. But for everyone else, yeah, thank you everyone who came in. Another solid stream. Really appreciate all the convo. So, yeah, good stuff. And I'll be back in a little bit. All right, see ya.